Happy Wednesday night, everybody. How is it only Wednesday? It feels like it should be at least Thursday, probably Friday, and maybe even Saturday or Sunday. All right, it is What If Wednesday here in Raiderland, brought to you by Shropshire Insurance of Texas. We ask a what if history question, and tonight we're talking about minor league baseball in Lubbock. What if Lubbock had minor league baseball going back to 2005? Would it have worked? How different would things be for Tech baseball? And a few other things. So look back in your crystal ball, and we'll talk about that tonight. Graham Harrell indicted. No, that's wrong. Inducted into the Texas Tech Ring of Honor today. Where does he rank all time Texas Tech quarterbacks? Do you have him in your top five, top two, top three? You tell us tonight. And then we've got it's time to get rid of the WNBA. It's not a serious league. As we watch what's going on with Caitlin Clark and everything else, and last night in that game, we're done with that. That's stupid. College World Series rolls on. Coastal Carolina, they've never lost at the College World Series. Are they going to lose this year? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. And the Lakers, $10 billion. Jenny Buss and the Lakers going to be sold. And hey, Stephen Jones, pay attention. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, the website. You start your day every day there. Raiderland Hot Links, question of the day. You find out what we're talking about. Today it's What If Wednesday. We love alt history in Raiderland. It is what if Lubbock had gotten minor league baseball, say in 2005, affiliated, Double A, Texas League. Would it have worked? What would be different in the sports landscape? How would things have changed? You tell us on that on the United Supermarkets chat line. United Supermarkets, who would have been a huge sponsor, by the way, of minor league baseball, affiliated baseball, had it happened. Well, they're still supporting Texas Tech. They're still supporting West Texas, unlike another grocery store around here. So, yeah, United Supermarkets, Market Street, taking care of you, taking care of the chat line. Now, we're brought to you by The Reserve, a culinary tavern, 103rd and Quaker in Lubbock, Texas. Great brunch. You know about that on Saturday and Sunday. Great meal menu. The summer drink lineup has been released. Check out their Facebook page. Check out the summer drinks. Oh, yeah. They got a really underrated little patio out back. It's not that big. It's underrated. It's shaded this time of year, which is pretty good. Also brought to you by Middleton and Son, Farm and Ranch, Real Estate Appraisal, brokers, you name it, the best in the business. Nobody does a better job. So if you're looking at buying or selling some farm or ranch property in this part of the world, you go to their website. Now, if you just want to see, I mean, maybe you're not like buying a ranch right now. I get it. Maybe you're not selling a farm, but you want to see some cool stuff? Go to their website for Middleton and Son. Holy cow, neat properties out there. Check it out. All right, so get in on the United Supermarkets chat line tonight. You guys know what to do. The show belongs to you here on a Wednesday night. What if Lubbock had gotten minor league baseball? We have Graham Harrell in the Ring of Honor, officially announced today. So for our Texas Tech fans, where does Graham Harrell rank all time as a Tech quarterback? The stats, obviously, just off the wall stats at that time with Mike Leach, with the air raid offense. Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree, you guys know the story. We don't have to go through all that. I don't think we have to go through that. But where does he rank all-time quarterbacks? Should he have been in before Patrick Mahomes? There were many people that when Patrick Mahomes was announced into the Ring of Honor that were like, well, yay. Mahomes has done great in the NFL, but at Tech, pretty much just running for his life, trying to hang on, and that a lot of people thought Harrell should have gone in before then. Then there are those who think Harrell not as good as Cliff Kingsbury as a quarterback. And I don't know if we have to break it down from the B.J. Simmons, Cliff Kingsbury, Sonny Cumbie, the air raid era from 2000 to now. Maybe we do. Because where do we go to the Billy Joe Tollivers, the Jamie Gills? You get the idea. Rodney Allison, Ron Reeves. How far back do you want me to go? We can keep going. Where does he rank? Should he be in the Ring of Honor? Yeah, I got no problem with that. The Ring of Honor is a de facto, not a de facto, but a Hall of Fame. All right. And my view on Halls of Fame now have more people in than less. I would rather have more names in the Ring of Honor that we go, I don't know if they should be in there or not. Yeah, I'd rather have more names in there than less. Why not? I mean, what it is, it's PR and marketing, right? That's what Rings of Honor are. That's what Halls of Fame are. It's PR and marketing. It's making you feel good about Texas Tech football. So I got no problem with that. But I really am intrigued to find out tonight with you guys on the United Supermarkets chat line where you are on Graham Harrell all-time quarterbacks. And by now we would usually have several comments coming in. I'm beginning to wonder, and we've had some weird stuff going on with StreamYard, which is our third-party broadcast provider, and that brings in all of your comments from YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter and Facebook. And sometimes by now, when I don't see some comments popping up and the population booming on the broadcast, that's when I go, okay, we may have something weird going on, funky going on the distribution. That happens. It's not going to slow us down. I'll continue to have my discussion. You guys can hit us up, whether it's on Twitter, at Ryan Hyatt Media, or on the website when we post it in the comments at Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. I'll give you my thoughts, and if I can't see yours or hear yours, that's okay. We're good for there. The what if question tonight: what if Lubbock, Texas had gotten minor league baseball with the West Texas Professional Baseball Group in 2004, 2005? Would it have worked? Would it have worked? And would it have survived? And what would have been the impact? The first impact would have been a stadium would have been built either downtown, but most likely on West 82nd, out by Friendship, just outside the Lubbock, Texas city limits, right out there. You know? What would that have done for Tech baseball? Because Larry Hayes at the time wanted to partner up, wanted to have a combo park, pro baseball, college baseball, off campus, ready to go. Obviously, it didn't happen. Would it have survived, though, in Lubbock, Texas? The minor league sports here, for the most part, over the last 30 plus years, 35 years, none of them did very well. Most of it due to poor management by the leagues. Texas Louisiana League, Lubbock Crickets, WPHL, WHL, AHL, no, not AHL, but with the Cotton Kings on hockey. They were not affiliated. Had Texas Tech and Lubbock partnered up and got into an affiliated AA baseball team, coming in maybe out of El Paso, maybe out of Shreveport at the time, wouldn't have been a part of the Rangers system, at least not initially. Would it have worked? I don't know that it would have. I wonder where we would be 20 some odd years down the road if that had happened. Greetings from the kitchen. CJ Graham did great in his time. I would say he's up there during his tenure. During his tenure, yeah, he was the best one when he was playing during his tenure. I'm saying all time, where's Graham Harrell? Is he a top 5 quarterback all time Texas Tech? From Jack Kirkpatrick to Billy Joe Tolliver to Ron Reeves to Rodney Allison, Jamie Gill. You tell me. Where would he rank? Val, Jason Clemens, best Tech quarterback from New Mexico. Where was Clemens from? I don't remember where he was from. All of a sudden. He wasn't from Roswell, Goddard, was he? That didn't sound right. See, obviously, we're getting throttled down tonight on the comments. The only ones coming in are Facebook. That's all right. We'll share our thoughts. You get yours in. It was Roswell High. Okay. Roswell High. What was their mascot? Coyotes? Wolves? Some sort of scurvy animal. Like Goddard was the Rockets. Somebody was the Rockets. Is Roswell the Rockets? No, it didn't sound right. We the only reason I know this is when I was at Coronado in the early '80s. We played Roswell a couple of years in non-district. We had like a 9-team district, so we get one game. We'd play Roswell, and I want to say they were the Rockets. Doesn't sound right. And again, I can't remember now whether it was Roswell High or Roswell Goddard. Like they got two high schools there. Don't matter. Timed in the WNBA. Can we agree that this is stupid? They're not serious. They don't want to be a serious league. The NBA has subsidized the WNBA for decades now and allowed it to turn into a playpen for people with varying degrees of agendas, most of which don't have anything to do with actually playing good basketball or being relevant or being popular. And we see the continued assaults on Caitlin Clark. And then last night, Sophie Cunningham had enough and did what she should have done and what her teammates should have done months ago, games ago. And sadly, that's one of the only reasons anybody knows that the WNBA is still in existence. But I mean, get rid of it. Start a new league. All right, start a new league and have them play basketball and make it not subsidized, but you got to make it on your own. You got to survive on ticket sales, attendance, TV viewership, and not be some sort of playground sponsored by the NBA just looking for basically it's a tax write-off is what the WNBA is. But the joke of the league that we've seen over the last year or so regarding how they regard Caitlin Clark. That's all you need to know. Lonnie checking in from YouTube. All right, we got our YouTube in. That's good. That's quality. So now we know we got YouTube. Now our Twitter X people don't know where they are. We'll go a couple more minutes. I do think getting throttled down tonight. It does happen sometimes. All right, so I would say Graham Harrell, Texas Tech football, all-time quarterbacks, top 5. In the Leach era, the modern era from 2000, the modern passing era, and I know it sounds insane to say anybody could be ahead of him statistically. I thought Sonny Cumbie ran the offense at the end of 2004 better than anybody in the history of Texas Tech Mike Leach era. That the way he had that offense functioning at that time, no offense to B.J. Simmons or Graham Harrell or anybody else, but the last 6 games or so, nobody ran it better than Sonny Cumbie. So, how do you can't put Cumbie ahead of Harrell, right? You got all these stats and everything else. Kingsbury's hard to factor in because he had the longevity. And he was a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback. Let's leave it at that. B.J. Simmons, if he doesn't wreck the knee. B.J., why couldn't you beat out Cliff? That's a different deal. But I would say if we go pre-2000, I can line up Robert Hall. I can line up Billy Joe Tolliver, Ron Reeves, Rodney Allison. Right there. If we're talking top 5. I ain't even got to Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is in the Ring of Honor not for what he did at Texas Tech, but for what he's done after he left Texas Tech. We can all agree on that. It's okay. Bring him in, put his name up there, makes everybody happy. He sends in money. His contributions to Texas Tech far exceed what he did on the field. He wasn't bad. He just didn't have a lot around him. Agreed? We all agree on that? So then I could make the case on Ron Reeves, that Ron Reeves, a great quarterback, by the way, played pro football. Not long, played pro football. Didn't have a lot around him. Did the best he could with what he had. Had he gone on to pro football, would we be talking about Ron Reeves the way we talk about Mahomes? And it's a discussion for another time. I'm going to lay off the baseball deal, and we're going to bring it back up later on this summer, because obviously we're not getting the traffic and the comments we normally get. And I know when that happens, it's not you guys. It's a streaming issue. It's not getting out there. So I'm going to shut it down a little bit early tonight. And I'm going to save the minor league baseball topic because I think it's really interesting and what would have happened and the impact on Texas Tech, the College Baseball Hall of Fame, how that would be different. A lot of different things. We're going to save that. I feel like I'm missing something on this. Oh, Shedeur Sanders. File this away. Remember we said this. Shedeur Sanders ticketed over the weekend. I guess not arrested, but 101 miles per hour, 12:24 in the morning. File that away. Bad decision making. By the way, in a truck. He was driving a truck. File that away. Bad decision making. Poor decision making. NFL quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. File it away. Just remember we said that. Should we send him to jail for the rest of his life? No, not certainly not for that. But remember we said poor decision making. All right. We're going to get out of here early. We're going to jump right back in the morning, theraiderland.com. What is Thursday? Golly, Thursday's tomorrow? That already happened? That's crazy. We're going to rate a few things tomorrow. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Coming up Thursday morning. We will archive this if you want to share it. And then I'm going to try to figure out exactly where we weren't getting in tonight. And go down a couple of rabbit holes on that. Never know. Weird stuff. All right, you guys are the best. We appreciate it. Want to thank The Reserve, a culinary tavern. They're on 103rd and Quaker. Middleton and Son, buying, selling a ranch. That's who you call. First call. You don't make a second call. And Market Street United Supermarkets for taking care of the chat line tonight. Going to be back tomorrow. Big, huge, great show. Get ready for it. And we'll see you in the morning at theraiderland.com.